Hello again. So, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of weeks and a half ago, I made a video saying some things was wrong with this mission creator, and since then, I've had time to, you know, go and play with things. Uh, I gotta show you something. Oh, wait. Always fast with my hands. So, some of the things that I said were true. Other things that I said were false. I just didn't know what I was doing, apparently. But we are here to correct that. If you want to learn, make sure you hit that like button. Because I'm going to teach. So, anyway, let's just make a whole new mission. And we gonna go to the airport. Because this seems like a nice teaching ground area. Whatever, whatever. Title: Things Wrong with the GTA 5 Mission Creator 2025. Oh, we can't even put that thing. Things wrong with GTA. That works for me. The description. Okay, we'll put it in there. Things wrong with the GTA 5 Mission Creator 2025. Debunked and corrected. No period. Photo. Nice little scenery there. Little trigger. Lobby a camera. Oh, Pegasus over there. Okay, Pegasus, I see you. Um, yes. Well, first, let us drop a location or two. We don't really have to just that far away. And then we will drop a, let's go 2, 1, and let's go 2, 2. Okay. Then we'll drop some low. Oh wait, hold on. Let us go to one player, spawn point, add, treat as start point, yes. And where are we at? Okay, let's start us right here. Bam. Fair, everything's good. Save, great, yes, good. Okay, so as far as the points go, I'm not too knowledgeable about that. So let's go over here and get us an object. Object. Any, no. Collectible, yes. Because we want to collect it. Security case, doesn't matter. So we'll just get the duffel bag, put it right here. Bam. And we go to the duffel bag. And we go to, let's see here. Well, let's go through all of them real quick. Override options moves it where you want it to go. Position, rotation, how you want it to rotate. Freeze position, that makes sure it doesn't move when it is on the ground there, locked in place. Uh, Assign objective, collect and deliver, leave, damage, uh, minigame. Minigame be like what? Freaking hacking and stuff like that. Capture, hold it onto it. To go, go to, first person to the object, get something I guess. Protect, um, you gotta hold it and protect it. Or destroy, gotta destroy it. Collect and deliver it, gotta collect it and take it to the drop off. Leave it, you gotta leave it there. Oh, but we are going to just go to capture. Okay, alright. And then objective setup. Collectible on. Allow early collection on. Collectible in vehicle on. Reposition if dropped in dangerous area off. We want to leave it right there. Mini game, we can leave that off because we're not doing any mini games. It's not set up for mini games. Go to leave, go to and leave. We'll leave that alone because we're holding the object. Capture, holding the object. Collect and deliver, we're holding the object. Damage, we're holding the object. Objective jumps, don't need to jump to anything yet because I don't know anything about that yet, so don't worry about that. Mission critical, auto, that I have no clue. If it's yes, if it's destroyed, then the mission failed. If it's no, then nothing happens to it. If something happens to it, the mission's still good. Spawning options, spawn when the mission starts, spawn near options, spawn near anything that's out there already, whether it be uh, an actor, a vehicle, or an object that you have out there. Initial spawn, mission start, objective like go to location, objective midpoint of whatever objective you're on. Team aggro, it's when you start killing things, I believe. That's when it was spawned. Mission flags, when you set up a flag for it, and then it spawns. Cleanup options, cleanup trigger, same pretty much thing as everything else. You set up that to clean it up. Ignore visibility checks. I don't really know about that. Distance, this is how far a person can see it on the map. Delay, that's I have no clue. That's for cleanup. Oh no, this is distance on how far a person has to be before it gets cleaned up. That's what it is. And then mission flags, that's to set it if you want to set it off on a mission flag. This is destroy it. This is to complete it on a mission flag. Blips setup, you know the blips. You gotta turn on the sprite, which turns on the sprite type. And you got the different categories of sprite types. And then you got the color of the sprite. Well, that'd have to be on for you to see the different color. And this is the Blit Team Aggro color, I guess. I don't know what that even means. If you're on the same team and you're fighting, I guess. I don't know. This is outline of the color for, like, you know, friends and stuff like that. Display options, control. This will display it over the objectives, so you'd see it on the map always if you turn these all on. Range, that's how far you can see it. Height, how high you can see it. Blip went out of range, yes or no? When you want to see it all the time. Don't remove blip when you're out of range, yes or no? And you want to see it when you're all times. Always show on pause map, yes or no? When you want to see it on pause map all times. Show on pause map, check interior, yes or no? That's the interior version of the blips for interior, like inside buildings and stuff like that. Show only in same interior, yes or no? That's a interior thing as well. Blip flash and range, which means if you're close to it, it starts to like glow, and you see it glowing. Uh-huh. Height indicator options, same thing as this right here, the height range, pretty much. Yeah, if you want to turn them all on or whatever, you see far distance, the height on the map itself. Blip alpha based on distance. Uh, I don't know what that means. It says if this is set, the entity's blip will fade when the player gets closer. Okay, so leave that off if you don't want it to fade. Um, Flash on first creation, so when it spawns, it start flashing. Health options, invincible, or put some health options on it. Proof options, or whatever. This is makes it immortal or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Bulletproof or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Steam proof, melee proof, so nobody can break it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Health bar options. Turn the health bar on if people want to see it for range or whatever. This turns on the health bar when you set off a flag. Actor assignment. I don't know nothing about that right now because I don't have any actors out, and I think you just have to pick it up and put it on an actor, and then you're assigned it to the actor, blah, blah, blah. I didn't mean to leave. Reset options. This just resets everything. Convert to an interactable. That means if you want to convert it to an interactable, then people can interact with it. And then when they interact with it, they can grab it or hack it or, you know, just sit there and grab it. I got different kinds of grabs. And then they can have the offset of where you want to stand and how high you, oh, yeah, that's how close you want to be to it. How close you want to be. And then prompt range, how far you want to be from picking it up or whatever. And then interaction consequences, well, you'd have to, you got a flag you could set, activate consequences when destroyed. That has to be a destroyed already previous option going through whatever, whatever. Clear mission flag when complete. Flag. Points to give. That's where we was going with it. 20 points. That's all we was going through. All these options just to get to that one. 20 points. The point system. This is a whole debunk. The point system. Put 20 points on there, and you set an amount of points a player should receive when they complete the interaction with this interactable. Give them 20 points when they pick up the bag or deliver it, or whatever. I guess we gotta have somewhere for them to deliver it, so we probably gotta put that in there. Give gear when you pick it up, and you got the options of earpieces, head radio headset, The one that's in the old funky helicopter, not the new funky helicopters. The black bag, yellow, red and black, bug star, celebrity, camo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let me just give it to the black one right there because it's a black bag. You know what I mean? And ignore gear check. If you have gear on already that is like a certain color and you want to keep it that color, you leave this off. If you want to change the gear to a different color, like you've got a black bag on and you want to pick up something that gives you the camo bag, then you put it on, and then it ignores to check the object that you got on, and it puts on stuff. But that also happens on the headset too. Collect objects, I don't know because it's interactable at the moment. Yeah, and then override options, positions and stuff like that. Spawning options, freeze is already on. Spawning options, when you want it to spawn. Cleanup options, how you want it to clean up. Mission flag, same-o. Blip options, same-o. Health options, same-o. Reset options, same-o. You can convert it back to an object, whatever, which we're going to do. Yeah. And then we're going to have this capture object 1, bam. And then we're going to go over here, and it's going to be 1 point. We'll even put it at 20 points because I know that's not the thing. Time limit, don't want a time limit. Don't want a time limit expired fails team because I'm not trying to have nobody racing for stuff. Cross objective time limit. That's if the time runs out. No, that's if you get to a certain mile point in stone in the mission, and the time runs out for that. You fail, even if the time hasn't ran out for the whole map. Don't understand it. Same with the other team. If there was another team, mission flag limit, you know what those are. Lose wanted limit. That is weird. Let me see what this is. Requires the objective to be blocked by wanted players in the objective blockers menu. Requires the objective to be blocked by wanted players in the objective blockers menu. Requires the objective to be blocked by wanted players in the objective blockers menu. Entire, entire team. Where was I just at? No, I wasn't there. I was here, right? Lose wanted level, no. If set, the objective will pass when it becomes unblocked using the criteria set on the lose wanted option in objective blockers. Players must have a wanted level as the objective starts, or it will pass instantly. I think this is gonna fail. I don't know what this is. uh, Block this option until the entire team has lost their wanted level. You can make losing the wanted level pass the objective in objective limits. Gain wanted limit fail. Turn this on, it will fail once you get a wanted limit, a wanted level. Don't want no chases on, because we don't want nobody to chase us right now. Mission flags, the same old. Max carried objects, one right now, because we only got one. Wanted options, no change, clear. They don't really tell you. No change, set level, no change. Objective start. Um, on team aggros when they start shooting stuff or killing stuff. Objective midpoint is in the middle of the mission start. Objective start is start time. Put it on midpoint. No change. I don't know. Because if you put it clear, it'll be clear. But that's the same as no change, I'm thinking. And if you're 4 stars, you're going to have 4 stars. 1 star, you're going to have 1 star. But I've never thought to just leave it at no change. I'm going to leave it at no change and put it at 10 minutes and see what that happens. And say can't lose, that means you can't lose the stars. Leave that off. Helicopter units, you can turn that off. So you don't want that on unless you want the stars on. You know what I'm saying. Chase units, you leave that off, but if you do go set it up, you got 4 different units, and you pick how many you want to come out specifically, and then you pick how many spawn with that one. So if you pick one and it's infinite, then that one spawns infinite times throughout that whole map. So it's pretty much like having a lot of them coming out. But then you get to pick how long it takes them to come out. You want them to come out 1 second or 60 seconds. And you want them to come out midpoint of the middle of the mission. And activation delay, you want them to start after midpoint and 180 seconds or 1 second. Required alerted actors. Do you want the actors to be alerted? Yes or no, so that they start spawning out. Like, say, if you put some actors that are the lost bikers in Stab City, and you want them to get alerted, and then the motorcycle chasers lost gang come from the highways or from the streets, and then they just start gang raping you, and yeah, um, you know what I mean, type stuff. Sometimes I don't think. Anyway, um, yeah, and team aggro, required team aggro. That's to if you want the team to start fighting other NPCs, actors, or whatever before the chase comes out. Blocked by anything, flags, whatever. Uh, End near drop off. That means, do you want them to stop pursuing you if you come close to the drop off? Yes or no? Flee on next objective. you want them to flee when it comes to the next objective, on or off. That's the same as drop off, but if you don't have a drop off and you have an objective and you want them to flee when you get next to the next objective, that's the same thing. So it'd be on. Unit accuracy, that's their shooting, you know. Can't give them melee weapons, so that's a downfall. Because if you could give them melee weapons, I would have been gave them knives a long time ago and just had them spawn out of nowhere all the time in like bicycles or something. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. uh, Beat up jalopies. They're about to like. Let's go to bounds. Bounds. Um, you can have play area bounds or whatever you want. Exclude area bounds. That means you don't want nobody in there. You set the specific bounds, zones, and stuff like that. You know, how big you want it. Sphere, box, cylinders. Um, how did I get over here? Okay. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Well, I've set down 2 bounds. And that's something for another day. But anyway, we're just going to get rid of both of those. Belangi, Belangi. I don't want a bound, my man. Why are you trying to give me a bound, my man? Look, I give you a drop off. We'll go to the drop off zones over here, right? You get the bounds. You got if you want to keep them in a certain area or keep them out of a certain area. You got block chase units. You can block up to 3 chase units in this certain area. Drop off zone, which we are going to use for the baggie. You know what I'm saying? Mission flag zones for them flags if you want to select them flags 1 through 32. Change walk style. You can change the walk style. Make chase units flee. You can make those chase units flee like the other one. Give and hold wanted levels. This is for your bank heist and stuff like that. Yeah. Apply screen filter. You want to change how the outlook of your screen is when you go to certain areas, something like that. Block personal vehicles. You can block the personal vehicles, stuff like that. Team aggro zone. This is an area where everybody just gets their fight on. Radar zoom. This is an area where the radar zooms in or zooms out. Really manic. Combat mobility zone. You could turn the combats on or turn it off. And that's melee and gunplay. Ambient population blocking zone. You gotta put those in boxes, but you can block up to 15 things like people, cars, and stuff like that. Things like that, bub. Disarm players on entry. Speaks for itself. You walk in, you get disarmed. Actor task activation zone. That's for the actors, you know what I'm saying? When you want them to do tasks and stuff like that, you put a big old dome around them so you can link them to the task zone, and they'll be in the task zone doing the task, hopefully infinitely. Modify player mobility. You modify players mobility. You turn off the sprint. You make them walk slow or fast. You make them not run, jump, uh, combat roll, stuff like that. Block GPS. You can block up to 4 GPSs. You can put this around the whole map. Block player weapons. No weapons used in this area, period. Disable parachutes. That's if you want to, like, totally just F somebody's a-hole on a paratrooper experience. And then back here. But, yeah. They just want me to have this bounce. So I'm going to have it, whatever. Because I don't want to fight with them right now. I don't want to fight with them right now. Hey. Where was I though? Was I here with it? Yeah, bounds. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's, we don't need that now. Okay. And disable options. This is to disable the mechanics, which allows you to get your car. So that was debunking that option. So we'll leave that on enabled so we can get our car. And then players' weapons, and leave that enabled so we have our weapons if we have weapons to get. And player radar, leave that on so we can see our radar, which is down there in the left hand corner. And then that's that. Yeah, save it again. Right. So as far as we were talking about with the spawn points go and the car, so we have edit placement, which we could change the placement that we want to place our placement in, obviously, or we could change it to be a respawn point. Well, we have to place it down first and pick it up, and then we can make it a respawn point and a checkpoint and a checkpoint if we choose to. Checkpoints we can set opposite of those as well. Activation options. This activates when you spawn into the mission, I guess. I really am unsure, because I could probably have player 1 spawn, player 2 spawn first and player 1 spawn second. I'm gonna have to check that out one day. Enable until objective. I'm guessing you have a spawn point until an objective, or respawn point until an objective maybe, and then you change your respawn point to a different respawn point, same as spawn point type thing. Who knows? Personal vehicle. Do you want to spawn in it or around it? In it, yes. Around it, no. Force personal vehicle creation. When spawning at this spawn point as a spawn point or checkpoint, we can forcibly turn on personal vehicle creation, even if it's turned off for this mission. A standard vehicle will be used in lieu of the player's personal vehicle when testing in the creation. I think we just turned that on. I don't know. Because we don't want to block the personal vehicle creation. You know? And then we set the position of the vehicle. Put that like right there. Bam. Now you got your vehicle. Alright. Then vehicle assignment. There's nothing we can do with that right now. Is which vehicle this spawn point is placed in. To assign a spawn point to a vehicle, hover over any vehicle during placement. I don't understand myself, so that's that with that. Alright. And then there is the actors, right? So, with the actors, you see it already says memory, muscle, model, memory is already with the red there. So what we want to do is we don't want to spawn multiple different guys because that's a different memory altogether. We want to go back to the original guy and make them how we want them. So we'll go from the bottom to the top. No reset options, no vehicle assign mode because we don't have a vehicle to assign it to. Although if we did have a vehicle, it would look something like this. And we would probably also have something like this. Oh, no. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that seems typical. And we put that and then we assign it to that guy, right? And yeah. And then we would go back here to the actor, the baller guy, and we would, did we go through this one already? Welcome to the feed. Make sure you hit that like button. Teaching and debunking myself from a couple of weeks ago when I said that there were things wrong with uh, GTA 5 Mission Creator, but it was just I was learning. Anyway, back here we are at um, edit placement, right? We got the talk category, which is which person we want. You see how it gets the memory going over here when we change the person? We don't want to change the person. Go back to the baller. We don't want to change nothing like that. Because the more we do the memory, the more it's worse. Go back to all that. Keep that the way it is. Weapon. Don't even give him a weapon. You can give him a weapon if you want, but you don't need to at the moment because we're not even going through all that right now. Copy proportions. That would be copying from a different actor. Since this is the only one, we're copying from this one. And you can see we can pick them up and move them around and stuff like that. Da da da. So we have the drugs attached to him, and we're going to attach him to the car. And the drugs and him are attached to the car. So now they're both attached to the car. Okay. So now what we want to do is go to, well, we don't want overdrive because we don't want to change his position. Assign objective. Well, we don't want to assign an objective, but if we did, it would be one of the things. It'd probably be kill though. You know what I'm saying? Probably. Anyway, we'll probably leave it at kill. Objective setup. We're not going to those because those are capture type thing. Threshold probably be like 10% because this is the one we want to diminish, and then it goes 99. And we don't want to fail on his death. If he dies, we don't want the mission to fail. We want it to continue on. Objective jumps, not doing none of that because I don't know nothing about none of that. Mission critical, we don't want him to, if he dies, we don't want the mission to fail, so we turn it on no. Spawning options, spawns when mission starts, He spawns, he could spawn near his car, but we want him in the car, so we're gonna leave that like that, alright? Respawn options, he could have unlimited lives or one life. We don't want him to have one extra life. That means he has two lives. This life, and then that life. If you put in two lives, then he has three lives. This life, and then those two lives. And so on and so forth. We just want him to have this one life. So it's one life to live, and no respawning after that. Respawn delay, no respawning after that. No seconds. Respawn range, no respawning after that. So, no respawning. You know what I'm saying? Alright. And then, cleanup options. Don't have to care about that because it's going to clean up itself anyway, eventually. It really is. They always do. But, if you want to ignore the checks, you turn that yes on. Mission flags, if you want to set a mission flag on upon his death, bam. If you want to say, yeah, let's do that. We'll set mission flag 1 upon his death. And then set mission flag on objective complete, which probably be his death. The same. One flag. And the one flag will be to spawn the rest of them when we spawn the rest of them. As I will do in a minute here. Hit that like button. Blip options. Don't really want a blip option, but if we had a blip option, it would probably be this guy right here. Target on, fleek, red, outline, fleek, red, turn on, objective, override, display, over everything. And that's all we gotta do, really. We ain't gotta do anything else. Leave everything else the way it is. Everything else the way it is. Health options. This is his health options. You can take it down or take it up. Probably take it down. It's like 45 or 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 1, 1% to 2,000. Proof options. You can make them bulletproof. Don't want to. Don't want to make them anything proof. You can make them immortal. Dies in water. Yes, no. He can swim. No. No critical headshots. This means you turn it on and you shoot him in the head. He's not dying. Falls out of vehicle when killed. Sure, why not? Always one hit kill. That means you shoot him one time anywhere, he gonna die if you turn it on. One hit kill when not alerted. That means if he's not looking at you and you like snipe him, you turn that on, you snipe him. One hit kill. Health bar options. Turn on his health bar in his radius. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. All that good stuff. Appearance option. I already said that we're gonna leave that like that. A relationship option. Hostile to us, neutral to us, friendly to us, friendly to the cops, hostile to the cops, hostile to us if they go into battle, or to the cops if they go into battle. So we're gonna put it on hostile because we want to kill them. And well, neutral actually. And we'll put it on hostile, and we'll put it on. Cause yeah, that part. Combat options. You want to have weapon, no weapon, melee weapon. You know, heavy grenade launcher type heavy stuff. Rifles, sniper rifles, MGs, shotguns. You know what I'm saying? You want them to holster the weapon, yes or no? And probably yes, unless you want them to show that they're dangerous. Oh, I should have done that with all my zombie maps. Holster the knives so they're just in their zombie state, and then you see them, and then out comes the knife. It's danger time. Anyway, damage scale. This is the set of damage that they deliver, I believe. Yes. So, put that on the lowest of low, 5, or you can go to 100. Shooting range, can have whatever they can see. How aggressive are they? You want it to be just like the royal guards of the palace, or can they see all that? Aggressive, that means they're fighting. Berserk, I think that means they're a little bit more fighting, and they charge at you a lot. And then defensive, you get clammy, cocoon, what do they call it? Fetus position, curl up, you know what I'm saying? We'll just put it on aggressive. The radius is the same almost as the shooting range. It's the mobility of where they can fight. Combat mobility zone, if that's on, you can turn that on. And that's where they'll be, I guess. I believe. I don't know. Leave vehicle on combat? No. I mean, you could put it on, but we're going to leave them in there. Disable vehicle rocket use. We'll leave that on because he doesn't have a rocket. But that'd be cool if he did. We're not going to give him a rocket because that'd be crazy. But one day we might. One day. Alright. Alert and team aggro options. This you turn on if you're going to have an aggro area, or you just want them to be aggravated, or what's the word? Aggravation, not aggravation. You know what aggro is. I know what aggro is. I just can't think of the word right now. When you take all the hitting from the opposing team and they're coming at you specifically, blah blah blah. You turn that on if you want. Turn it on in a location, or capture one of the objectives in the midpoint, in the middle of that, blah blah blah. Multiple objectives maybe. This and all the previous objectives, this and all the following objectives after this type stuff. Trigger team aggro when hurt or killed. This makes him go crazy, I guess, when he's hurt or killed, but he's only dying once. Trigger team aggro if nearby players are wanted by the police, obviously, and you go crazy. Fail current objective on team aggro, definitely leave that off. You don't want to fail the team aggro mission. Team aggro zone, you need team aggro zone type stuff. We don't need all that though. Alert options, perception, present, present. This is where he can view. If you leave it on default, he has that radius. If you go to narrow, he has that radius. If you go near wide, he has that radius. If you go to mid narrow, he has that radius. And all the while you can change the radiuses of things and stuff while you're in them. But if you go to custom, you could change it indefinitely and make him like a super duper soldier. where he just sees everything right there, you know what I'm saying? Perception, it can go up or down. And we go all the way down to bam, the highest one, and then take this to the highest one, and then take this one to the highest one. And then take this one to the highest one. And then don't need the sign of vision to know that he is watching you. So you leave this off, because if you put it on, you'll see the cone on the radar. If you leave it off, you won't see he's noticing you from all the sides, his peripherals, and the front. Can't see you from behind. So if his back is turned to you, he ain't gonna see you. But if he turns his head just slightly, he might smell your butt. No diddy. Use proximity warning. That means he can hear you within a proximity, and you turn that on, I believe. Let me see. Players who have a neutral relationship with the actor will be warned if they are within a 5% meter range of the player stays within this area for 5 seconds, or if the player repeatedly enters the S area. Oh, this is the aggravation. Yeah, this is the aggro, the aggravation. You get in the area of the person, and they're like, "You gotta get the fuck out of my face. You got 5 seconds," and then they get down dirty. You leave that on. Proximity warning uses line of sight. Yes. I'm thinking that's a proximity warning eyeball area that we got there. The whole open 180. What is that? 180? Yeah, 180 perception. Um, Alerted when seeing equipped weapon. Definitely. When he sees you with a weapon, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take cover." Use grace period. You can turn it on, turn it off. It says enables a 3-second delay after the actor is alerted before team aggro is triggered. Killing the actor during this period will prevent them from triggering team aggro. See team aggro objectives. That means if you made a zombie map and you got all these zombies out and one of them sees you, you got 3 seconds to kill him before he alerts the rest of them. Yeah. And that's that. Of that. Task. Well, we didn't assign any tasks yet. We could assign some tasks. We got combat tasks, follow path tasks, play animation A, B task, stand still task, if that's even a task, take cover task, flee task, combat with cover task, enter vehicle task, exit current vehicle task, follow another entity task, attack another entity task, block combat task, and back to none. So we're gonna do the follow task, whatever, for the sake being, and we are going to go interactive, start immediately as soon as we start going to object 1, go to location 1, and we're not going to stop it ever, and we're not going to start it in the middle of the match. And then say use vehicle for this task on because you're already in a vehicle. Driving flags. Driving flags. This makes the driver drive like a butthead. Oh, 144 on the clock as I live and breathe. Shout out to the chosen 144,000. Uh-huh. That just happened. Anyway, this is to try and obey the rules. This is reckless. This is custom. This is obey the rules strictly. This is obey the rules strictly, no avoidances. But if you have these, you could change them anyway, so it becomes custom. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We going to make him, we're going to make it reckless, whatever. And then stay on task when alerted. If he's alerted and he wants to get out and see something, he'll stop driving. You keep him driving. Stay on task. Set up a follow path position. Well, now I have the position that I want him to go. Where do you want him to go? Where is he gonna go? Well, we're gonna make him drive all the way down here, and then over here, and then over here, and then we're gonna turn the loop on, so he loops back over here. Yeah. What the hell, Seuss? I don't know what just happened there. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, boy, we're gonna put that like right about here. So he starts like there and just drives down the street and comes back. Hopefully, right? And he'll loop on, so he just continues to does it. No reverse loop, because I don't know what that'll do. We'll try that some other time, maybe one day. Set mission flag on follow path complete. There is no complete. Position 1. You want him to custom vehicle speed 119 or 1. We'll go 119. Vehicle slow down on approach. No. Wait at position. No. Final heading. No. Combat hostiles while traveling on foot. No. Custom arrival radius. No. Preview default arrival ranges. No. Enter vehicle. Yes. That's vehicle. Always. Aircraft. Land. No. I don't even want all of that. It's ludicrous. Luther. And we do this for all of them. So, bing, 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 bing. I went too fast. I went too fast. I went too fast. Oh. Did I do that yet? No? Yeah. I went too fast. Oh, it's over here? No, it's not over here. I just went too fast. I don't know. I went too fast. Was I on task? Yes, yes, I was on task. Okay. I do not remember. Oh well. In vain. Anyway, what's this? The flag? Yeah, okay. So, going over here to my mission flags. Set mission flags on objective start to number 1. Was it number 1? I believe it was number 1. Objective 3. Alright, I might have to reset all this. Alright, it was just that. Alright, so I'm gonna go to location 1. And the flag's gonna be set to 1. And when that happens, I'm going to spawn another guy here. And now that we have this guy already situated, this guy here is going to copy his internal everything. And we're going to keep them the same way. And when we do that, we're just going to drop them down, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to see the memory stay the same way until we get all our people that we want down. Now you can go to 30, or you can go to 35, 40, all the way up to 50, and then you break it. Once you get to 50, it is over. So if you ain't dropped everything in your mission that you want by the time you put your actors down, yeah, yeah, you know what's gonna happen. So we'll go with this one first. Foremost, you'll see that everything is the same as the other one was. Yeah? And they probably all want to drive the car too. Yeah? But the only thing that's different here is you can change the way they look. You know what I'm saying? And then you have your different varieties of peoples. And you can change their interactions and everything like that. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but you can see the gist of it. This is how you get all the players that you want. You got to set them up individually where you want them and position them the way you want them before you get finished with dropping each and every one of them as the same individual avatar. You know what I'm saying? Because once they're set in stone, they're set in stone. I mean, you can go to them and like go to override position, but you only have that. You don't have the rotation. You can just, which is number 10? Who's number 10? Where's number 10? This is number 10 right here with the circle around him. You got local and world, which is pretty much the same thing. And you got left and right, local, and sort of left and right. And you got back and forth, local, and world, sort of back and forth. Can't turn them. You can't change their rotation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Now you can go in here and be like, spawning options. Spawn on mission flag 1. Right? 1. It's like doing a Hadouken. We're only gonna do 10 of these, because there's 50. I'm not making a map. You know what I'm saying? Then you save, right? Then you test, because I ain't putting no guns in. You know what I'm saying? It's raining. And everybody's going to get the car. Everybody's gonna get that motherfucking car. That is insane. They're gonna beat each other up out of that car for real. No, he's just gonna get in and get out. Hold on, what's going on? Oh shit! I don't know why. They're gonna pile up in that bitch. I cannot collect this package. But of course I wasn't supposed to, because that's not an objective. Oh, blue screen. That was crazy. Well, that's the program. So, if you like that, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Sorry it had to end like that, but we broke the game.